I'd like to reiterate some of your points, like, hey, you got really good wood too, you know what I mean? But the greatest wood comes from New Heights, and that's a Cincinnati legend through and through in Travis Kelce. Jason Kelce, you talked about the absolute dogs from Ohio. Sorsby.
Pat McAfee, the ever-unfiltered voice of modern sports entertainment, managed to do what he does best: turn casual talk into a viral phenomenon that would ripple far beyond the field. Hey, McAfee began, leaning into the mic with a grin that promised chaos. You've all got good wood, I'll admit that. But the greatest wood, that belongs to a Cincinnati legend through and through, Travis Kelce from New Heights. For a moment, silence hung in the air, the kind that lasts just long enough to make everyone wonder if they heard right. Then, laughter erupted around the studio. Analysts doubled over, wiping tears from their eyes, as McAfee's words echoed through the set. Cameras captured every reaction from stunned chuckles to playful disbelief, and within hours, that single phrase would dominate the internet. When user at Odazatu uploaded the now famous clip to X, formerly Twitter, it didn't just circulate, it exploded. Within minutes, views climbed into the millions. Fans clipped, remixed, and reposted it, turning McAfee's declaration into a cultural event. The comments rolled in fast. Pat, you're a menace. One fan wrote, another replied, I'm crying. How did we even start talking about wood? And a third summed it up perfectly. No context will ever make this normal. But the internet wasn't content to just laugh. Soon, deeper connections were being drawn, and that's where things took an unexpected twist. It didn't take long for fans to connect comment with none other than Taylor Swift, the pop icon whose relationship with Travis Kelce has been the most-watched celebrity romance since Ben 2.0. Swift had just released her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, and one track in particular started gaining renewed attention. Wood. In it, she sings, new heights of manhood. I ain't got a knock on wood. Fans pounced immediately. Was she referencing New Heights, the podcast hosted by the Kelce brothers? Was manhood a cheeky nod to the same phrase McAfee had just made go viral? Swifties and sports fans joined forces, dissecting every syllable, turning Reddit threads and TikTok videos into digital detective boards. The timing is too perfect. One post read, either Taylor predicted the future, or Pat McAfee just made her lyrics prophetic. The crossover was unstoppable. Suddenly, wood was trending again, and streams spiked by 120%. It was the kind of pop sports synergy that only McAfee could ignite. Unintentional, hilarious, and instantly iconic. If anyone expected McAfee to tone it down, they clearly don't know the man. Instead of backing off, he doubled down. On his next show, McAfee addressed the uproar with his signature grin. Listen, I'm just calling it like I see it. Travis Kelce is elite on the field and, apparently, off it. The man's a Cincinnati legend. He's got that championship wood. The studio cracked up again, and the internet did what it does best: amplify it. Fans began tagging both Travis and Taylor in meme after meme. Someone even edited Swift's concert footage to include McAfee's quote, syncing her laugh mid-song with the infamous greatest wood line. Pat McAfee is the biggest Travis Taylor shipper alive, joked one fan. Another wrote, he's single-handedly keeping the romance alive between football seasons. The phrase greatest wood became an instant catchphrase plastered across shirts, signs, and fan pages. Chiefs fans brought homemade banners to games reading Knock on Kelce, while others waved wooden cutouts shaped like logs with hashtag New Heights of Manhood scribbled across them. What started as an offhand comment became something much bigger, a cultural mashup that blurred the lines between sports commentary, internet humor, and pop super. Soon, the New Heights podcast got in on the fun. Jason Kelce, ever the older brother with perfect comedic timing, opened one episode by saying, so Trav, apparently you've got the greatest wood in the game. Congratulations, buddy. Travis laughed so hard he nearly spilled his coffee. Man, Pat's gonna get me in trouble. My mom's probably watching this right now. The brothers turned the viral moment into a recurring gag, joking about how wood had become their family's unofficial brand. At this point, Jason quipped, we should start selling lumber. Meanwhile, Pat McAfee's quote continued to gain momentum. Late-night hosts referenced it, comedians worked it into monologues, and morning radio shows used it as their phrase of the day. Even Saturday Night Live caught wind of it, parodying McAfee with a skit called The Greatest Wood Awards, featuring actors impersonating Travis Taylor, and a hilariously over-the-top McAfee declaring, this wood deserves a Lombardi. As the viral wave continued, players across the NFL began teasing Kelce. Chiefs teammates left small wooden trinkets in his locker, Before games, carved whistles, keychains, and even a mini wooden football with number 1 wood engraved on it. Kelce took it in stride. "Hey, if it's good luck, I'll take it," he said during a post-game interview. "As long as it helps us win, I don't mind the jokes." Coach Andy Reid couldn't resist smiling when asked about the incident. "You know," he said, pausing for comedic effect, "I'll let Pat and Travis handle that one. I'm just focused on the next game." But there was no escaping the phenomenon. The Chiefs' social media team began dropping subtle nods to the saga. Captions like "solid performance tonight" and "built strong" accompanied by wooden emojis. Every post became a scavenger hunt for fans eager to spot the hidden joke. For Taylor Swift's part, she handled the buzz with her trademark grace and humor. During a concert stop in Kansas City, fans caught her smiling knowingly when someone in the front row held up a sign reading "The greatest wood belongs to Travis." She laughed mid-song, shaking her head, before seamlessly transitioning into Wood, the very track that had reignited the chaos. The crowd went wild. Cameras flashed, social media lit up, and by the time she finished the song, #GreatestWood was trending again. "Taylor is in on the joke," one fan posted. "She's laughing with us." And that's when the cultural magic happened. The uniting of two fandoms that under normal circumstances might never overlap. Swifties began learning football terminology. Chiefs fans started quoting Swift lyrics. Entire threads appeared online dedicated to explaining NFL rules through Taylor's songs and vice versa. The lines between touchdowns and tour dates blurred beautifully. No viral moment is complete without merch, and this one was no exception. Within days, independent sellers on Etsy and Redbubble were offering shirts that read, "Greatest Wood Cincinnati Edition," and mugs with "Knock on Kelce" etched across them. One particularly creative fan even launched a limited edition bobblehead featuring Travis Kelce holding a wooden plaque. It sold out within hours. Even mainstream outlets couldn't resist. ESPN ran a tongue-in-cheek headline, "Pat McAfee's greatest contribution yet. The wood heard around the world." Pop culture blogs dissected it from every angle: the humor, the timing, the uncanny connection between Swift's lyrics and McAfee's comment. What made it so powerful wasn't just the joke itself, but how it highlighted the weird, wonderful way modern fandoms intertwine. Weeks later, the laughter still hadn't faded. McAfee, ever the showman, revisited the moment again on air. "I stand by it," he declared, pounding the desk with mock seriousness. Travis Kelce, the man, the myth, the lumberjack of legends. Fans roared in the comments, spamming emojis and begging for a follow-up interview between McAfee, Kelce, and Swift. And while that three-way conversation has yet to happen, the very idea of it keeps the story alive. For Travis, it's all in good fun. Another bizarre chapter in his life as both an NFL superstar and half of pop culture's favorite power couple. For McAfee, it's proof that authenticity, humor, and a little bit of chaos can make a moment unforgettable. And for everyone watching, it's a reminder of what makes sports and the internet so magnetic. The spontaneous moments that no one could script, but everyone remembers. Even now, as new games are played and new headlines emerge, the echoes of that viral clip linger. Somewhere, a fan at Arrowhead Stadium is still holding up a sign with a giant wooden emoji. Somewhere else, a Swiftie is adding wood back to their playlist with a wink. And somewhere, Pat McAfee is probably smiling to himself, knowing that one offhand comment managed to bridge two worlds and give everyone a reason to laugh together. Because in the grand circus of fame, fandom, and football, one truth has never been clearer. Sometimes, the best stories aren't planned. They're just spoken into existence.